If you are joining me after that aerobics class, I hope you had fun. I came to realize that the playlist I was using was an old playlist and not the one I created last night at all. So, guess that means that we will just have to have another movie playlist. Alright, so we're starting a couple minutes late, which means that we're going to end a few minutes late. I hope that is okay with you. If you have to leave a few minutes early, that's okay, but if you are doing this class later on, then it will still be half an hour. This is a half-hour slow and steady core class where we focus on everything to do with stabilizing our core, with keeping our posture upright, with keeping our, essentially, this midsection strengthened, because this is everything in your movement. If you don't have a strong core, and if you have a weak core, you're generally going to have some sort of back pain or back problems along the road. So by keeping our core nice and strengthened, we protect our back. We make sure that we go through movements safely when we get to our weightlifting classes. So this is a pretty essential class. We're going to start our class standing up, actually. So grab your exercise mat, lay it on the ground. We are going to get to it, but we're going to practice a little bit of balance today. So we haven't really done any balance work, but balance is a fantastic, fantastic practice to strengthen your core. It's also really important just for life. If we generally practice balance, when we're younger, we're learning to ride a bicycle, we're, climbing on stumps and different things around the yard. But as we get older, even, in my late 20s and whatnot, we don't practice balance anymore. So when we need it, it's not there. So we're going to practice a little bit of balance today in our slow and steady core class. And that's how we're going to start. So you can start standing up. I'm going to just grab a sip of water and then we'll get to it. What a snowy day. What a very, very snowy day it is. All right. Got my program notes for the day. All right. So come up to standing, nice and tall. Roll the shoulders back into your back pockets. Open up the chest. Chin is away from the chest. Neck is really long. So hold yourself up into some really nice posture. And if you have a curve to that lower back, if you have a slight tilt where your pelvis tilts under and your tailbone curves back, I want you to think about softening the knees and tucking that under, keeping your shoulders back. It might feel a little awkward at first because we're so used to that sort of the rotation outward or away. I'm thinking of exterior or interior? Exterior rotation of our pelvis. But I want you to focus on the opposite, focusing on rotating it up towards your nose. So that's where we're going to start. Shoulders are back. Take an inhale, arms come up. Exhale, arms come down. Again, inhale, arms come up. And this time, arms are going to be here. I want you to pull the arms, the elbows back and down behind you, keeping your core nice and engaged. And bring it all the way back up. This is a lat pull down. It is for our backs. Squeeze back and down. But your back is all a part of your core. Bring it back down. Big exhale. So again, we're not here. Nice and tucked. And one more time. Squeeze into those lats. Squeeze the elbows behind. And up and release. Beautiful. Rolling the shoulders back and down. Good. This time I want you to be a little bit wider with your feet. You're going to take your pelvis, you're going to bring it all the way up to your rib cage, hollowing out that stomach. Belly button is kind of making drawing in towards your spine. Your spine's making a little bit of a C shape. And now I want you to do the opposite. Keep the knees bent. From the side, looks like this. Draw it in. And draw it back out. And again, tuck it in. And draw it out. One more, tuck it in. Might seem silly, but I want you to focus on engaging that lower core properly. And draw it out, beautiful. Now, find your hip bone. It might be harder to find standing up. Find in and around where it might be. Draw those hands in just slightly. Engage the core. You're going to feel that muscle tighten up just a little bit. Just a little bit. So do that same movement. Pelvic tilt forward. Beautiful. Feel that lower abdomen engage. Just like that. Hold it here while you breathe through it. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Good. Arms are going to come up. You're keeping that engaged, keeping that lower tummy tucked in and engaged. And you're going to go into a few squats. Now it's going to be harder for you to keep that engaged, so really focus here. You might not be able to go as low into that squat. That's okay. Arms come up, keeping it engaged. Squat down, and pull up. We're not focusing on the legs right now. It doesn't matter how deep you go. It doesn't really matter if you're engaging your glutes. Right now, I just want you to focus right here, keeping that tummy tucked in and pressing up. This is just a little warm-up. If you're wondering why I'm super sweaty and you didn't join the aerobics class that we do before this one, that's why. So my glasses may be fogging up through the entire class. Keeping it tucked in, don't lose it. Now if you're wondering, proper squat form for our core, this is it. So when we go into our full body strength classes on Mondays and some Fridays, I want you to be thinking about that, keeping that core tucked in as you squat down and press up through the heels. All right, heavy on the left foot, light on the right foot. You're gonna keep that nice and tight. Arms can be off, lift the knee, and just tap it down to the side, nice and simple. So, pelvis is tucked in, knee is soft, flat foot on the ground on the left leg, lift the knee, and tap down or keep it hovered, that's up to you. Just don't lose that lower core engagement. Lift the knee, and hover or tap down. Lift the knee, just up to hip height. Good, tap the foot down just slightly. We're gonna add to this, adding some arms. So option, lift, tilt, lift, and down. Second option, if you don't wanna do that much of balance, you can balance, tap, balance, and down. We all have different balance levels. We're all at different stages in our balance. I need balance practice, that's for sure. And as always, if you lose that lower core engagement, just reposition, reset yourself. You should start to maybe feel that left foot a little bit. This is all good stuff in our balance practice. Maybe that left leg and that glute. We got one more. And drop it down. Good. Heavy on the right foot. Shake out that left foot. You can wall the ankle a little bit. Well done. Soft on the left leg. Engage your lower tummy. Lift up. Oh, this time, sorry, we do it without the arms first. And tap down to the side. Lift up. And tap out to the side. Don't lose that engagement. If you need to put your hands here to feel if your lower tummy is engaged, that's a-okay. It should be challenging to keep it engaged this entire time. It's not something that comes naturally, so make sure that it's always on your mind, especially in this class, but also when we're doing other exercises. One more. Good, I almost lost my balance on that one. All right, toes on the ground. Refocus on that pelvic tilt, tilting it forward. Belly button is in. We're gonna add the arms and add that side reach. Inhale, arms come up. Reach out to the side, back to center, and lower it down. Inhale, arms come up. Reach out to the side. If you weeble and wobble like me, that's okay. At least I'm not alone. Classes are fogging up already. Nice and long. Back to center, and down. A few more. Lift. Extend, keeping that lower tummy tucked in. One more. Keeping that pelvic tilt. Balance is so important. And lower it down. Good. Shake out that right leg. Staying standing still just for a few more minutes. I want you to extend that leg out and point the toe facing to the corner of your room. So not necessarily in line with you, but to the corner of your room. Arm is coming up. It's another little bit of a balance challenge, but we're focusing on our obliques. So anytime that you turn to grab something, or you get down to pick up your kids, you're working your obliques. So if we have strong obliques, this movement becomes very easy, or at least easier for us, and we avoid any twinges in our lower back. So obliques are very important to work. Soften that stabilizing leg, pull the belly up towards your nose. Arm is going to come all the way up. You're going to reach your elbow all the way to your knee and extend it out nice and long. Exhale when you bring that elbow in. Inhale as you extend, and can you do it nice and slow, adding a little bit of a balance component to it. Inhale, reach. Almost there. Really squeeze into those obliques. And one more. Again, switch on over to the other side. Again, toe is pointing to the corner of your room. Arm is up. Soften the knees. Pelvic tilt forward. And extend and reach the elbow to the opposite knee. Slow and steady.
There is time to dance on salt, and a time to kiss her cheek.
Breathe.
There is time to morning sighs, just 60 speak.
Few more.
I don't know when or tomorrow's story.
Last one.
I have found the one.
Well done. You can inhale, arms come up. Exhale, arms come down. You're going to come to the end of your mat. Alright, I'm going to lower down our camera just a little bit here. Beautiful. Coming to the end of your mat. Tuck the chin. Slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, bring yourself all the way down to a forward fold. Hold here, stretching out the hamstrings just a little bit. When you get here, walk the fingers out to a high plank and hold this high plank. Now your option here is to drop the left knee down or stay in this high plank. That's up to you. One knee can be down. If you have that one knee down, no big deal, that's great. Where I want you to be is that same movement as standing up, except this time we're adding an added component, which is our high plank. So it becomes that much more challenging. And we're going to keep our core nice and tucked in. Elbow, or knee is drawn into the elbow. And bring it back, same leg. Now if you have that knee down, or toes are lifted. Two more. Last one. Holding it here, walking the hands all the way back up to a nice forward fold. Feel that stretch through the legs. Drop the head. And now walk the hands back up to the high plank. We're going to go to the other side. Again, right knee can drop down. Your hands are right underneath your shoulders. Or you're up and elevated. Knee reaches for the elbow. And back. We're on the left side. Option again. Really feeling your obliques. walk those hands back.
I don't know the end or tomorrow.
Hold in that forward fold. Drop the head, feel the pull on the hamstrings.
I will make my bed in his promise. He holds true, nothing's left.
And walk the hands back out. Drop the knees. And turn onto your back. Ooh. All right. Again, practicing a little bit of balance. We're going into a position called a crab. So after this, we'll get a nice break on the wrists. If your wrists are feeling a little bit sore. Fingers are pointing towards you. You're gonna lift yourself up into a crab position. So my shoulders aren't in towards my ears. My neck is still nice and long. I'm looking up and my glutes are raised. So you should feel this in your shoulders a little bit. Feel it in your glutes a little bit. Where we're gonna be right now is I want you to extend your right leg and then drop it down. So this is your option, alternating, extending the legs. And if you feel like it, we're gonna extend while we reach and drop back down. A little bit of a balance challenge, nice and slow. And reach. Switching each side. Shoulders are out of the ears. Keeping your pelvis tucked. This is a complicated move, but I think it's fun. 2 more. You got 1 more each side. And drop it down. Roll over top of those knees. Well then, sticking with our theme of balance today, leaning slightly back. We're going into a V-sit hold. We're gonna hold this for 10 seconds, 3 different times. Legs are gonna come up. Option, you can hold the back of your legs to get a little less pressure on your back, or tuck the pelvis in and hold for 10. Drop it down, fold over, and let's do it again. 10 seconds right here. And drop it down. Well done. This last one we're going for 20 seconds because I know that we can. 3, 2, and 1. Halfway there. And drop it down, roll over top of those knees. Beautiful, back to crab. Hands come behind you, fingers are pointing towards you. Lift up on those glutes. Now again, you don't have to lift up to a full table, that's okay. You can have those hips dropped. All I do want you to do is to reach for the opposite foot. So opposite hand reaches for that foot and then drop it down. Try and keep this nice and controlled so you're not flying through these really quickly, because oftentimes we can hurt ourselves that way and we don't get the best bang for our buck. It's all about slow and steady. Remember, you can just do the legs if you feel more comfortable that way. 1 more each side. And drop it down. This time extend all the way down. We're adding another level to our balance challenge. We're gonna go from laying down to a pop-up knee sit. So, option one, coming all the way up, driving one knee in towards the chest. That's option one. Option two, from all the way down, pop up and hold, and slowly release. Are we ready? 4, 3, 2, let's do it together. Pop up and hold, extend down. Thinking about that lower tummy, keeping it fired on. Keep your belly button drawn in. Almost there. Remember, you can alternate knees. You don't need to do both at the same time. 2 more. Last one. Hold it on this last one. Hold it here. Now, again, hands can be behind the hamstring, or you can even drop one foot at a time and hold it there for a few seconds. 3, 2, 1. Curl over top of the knees. Hold it there for just a second. Take a nice deep breath. Coming back down onto your back. Legs are elevated. Chin is away from the chest. Shoulders are off of the ground. You're going to drop your right leg down and just let it hover. And from here, we're going to switch and hover. So I'm holding on to my hamstring. This is optional. We're going to make it a little more challenging, so you can be right here to start. And if you'd like to join me in making it a little more challenging, we can. This is your base move. An option is you can tap the feet down. That's a great modification.
God is my shepherd.
A few more.
Won't be one.
Beautiful. Now we're going to let go of the legs. You're going to reach to the opposite side of the leg that's elevated and switch.
It makes me rise.
And switch. Now again, you can keep those knees bent. That's a-okay. 4 more. Nice and slow.
Through the valley of death and dying.
1 more each side.
I will not fear.
Hug the knees into the chest really quickly. Bring the legs back up. Extend the right leg down to a hover. And extend the left leg up. Hands are going to come to the side of the head. Now, option is you can bend the knee and keep that right leg on the ground. That's up to you. If you'd like to hover it, go ahead. We're crunching up and extending down. Again, you can bend the knee, keep that foot on the ground. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees into the chest. We're going to do that for the other side. And breathe. Extend the right leg up. Left leg comes down to a hover. Hands to the side of the head. Just fingers pointing or fingers just touching the head. Nice and lightly. Extend up and down. This is an advanced move, which means we're getting to the end of the class already. It's already been a half hour. Well, we still have about 5 minutes left together. Four more. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock side to side. Beautiful. You're going to bring your hands underneath the small of your back. Both legs are extended up. We're going into basic leg lift, so both legs are going to come down, and then both legs pull in. Now option is you can tap the feet down with a bent knee and draw it in. But what I want you to focus on here is tucking that belly in, really engaging that lower core. Almost there. Last one, you're gonna hold it down, lift the head, neck, and chest, and little flutter kicks. Now you can do these bent knee or extend it out. Four, three, two, one. Drop the knees, relax the head, take the hands out. Flip the palms up and take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more, inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Beautiful. Flip on onto your stomach. We're going into a fun exercise called the skydiver because it's the way you look. When you do this exercise, we're going to tuck our chin, keep our chin tucked the entire exercise. I'm going to talk to you, so my chin's not going to be tucked right now. 90 degrees on the arms, bend the knees, and touch the feet together. Yeah? All right. So where we're going to be is we're going to go into a back extension, tucking the chin, squeezing into the upper back, and dropping it down. So that's the first part of the exercise, and you can stay there. If that feels better than adding the second component, then that's great. Just stay with that back extension. Second part is we're going to lift the quads off the ground at the same time. So lift and lower. Feels like you're flying, but the floor is there. So, all right, are we ready? Back extensions into a full skydiver. We lift and lower, squeeze into the glutes. Keep it going. All right, we got two more. On this last one, you're going to hold it out. Hold it here. All right, challenge number 2 for a little bit of balance. I want you to rock side to side. Feels weird, I know, but you should feel your back and your core and your glutes even more fired on. And now hold it stable, hold it steady. Lift those legs a little higher, lift the back a little higher. And slowly relax it down, hands out to the side of the chest. Inhale, press up. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale, press up. Exhale, release. We're going to do that one more time. Arms are at 90 degrees, chin is tucked, knees are bent. Tap the feet together, hold them together. We lift up, and we lower. And if this doesn't feel too great on your lower back, then I want you to try first to omit the legs, just do a back extension, or an assisted back extension where your hands stay on the ground. Two more. On this last one, hold it up. And now to the left and to the right. 3, 2, and back to center, hold it. 3, 2, chest, inhale, press up. Exhale, release it down. One more, inhale, press up. Exhale, release it down. Using your hands, push up to those knees. Widen the knees to about your mat width and come down to a nice child pose. Take your right hand, weave it through the hole of the left. Sit your head down and look through that hole. Breathe. And we switch sides. Back to center. Beautiful. Come all the way back up. Curl the toes under. Push yourself up to a nice forward fold. Hold it here. Roll yourself up vertebrae by vertebrae.
Jesus, my friend.
Shoulders, chin, head come last. And take one big inhale all the way up. Exhale it down. Well done. That was a fun workout. I hope you had fun. All right. What a way to start off our Tuesday with some really fun cardio and then some slow and steady core. I know that my posture feels upright. I hope yours does. I always feel so much more open and straight after this class. I feel like my core is engaged and I'm ready to take on the world. But in any case, tonight at 7 p.m. we are doing a class called Tabata. It's half an hour, one-stop shop, full body. It is a really awesome one and done, get it done quick kind of a class. So that's at 7 tonight for a half hour until 7:30. And then tomorrow, we don't have a morning class tomorrow, believe it or not. I don't think we do. Oh yeah, we do. Absolutely we do. 8 a.m. cardio core intervals. Thursday we don't have a morning class. Don't listen to me. I don't have coffee in me yet. So just look at the schedule. If you're not already following on Instagram, go ahead and follow whatever you do workouts on Instagram. And if you're not, you're following on Facebook. Those two places are where I post the content, where I post anything to do with the schedule, anything to do with the podcasts, which there is a podcast coming out tomorrow. I want to say it's tomorrow or today or tomorrow. We'll see. But in any case, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Tuesday. It was a pleasure and a blessing to work out with you this morning. We will see you again soon.